Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Monday, January 20th, 2020. Everyone is doing their 2020 challenge videos today, but I'm gonna kind of include that with all my other stuff because I have a lot of stuff to show you. So for anyone who's new, welcome. For all my returning friends, hey, what's up? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about today is I got a postcard. You guys see that? How pretty. And this is from Barbara. Hi Rose, I love seeing seahorses. We even had one on our anchor chain in Miami. I've been watching your videos trying to focus and remain calmer with these earthquakes here in Puerto Rico. Crocheting really helps and so do your videos. Wishing you the best, Barbara. Oh Barbara, I hope that you guys are safe. So a while back I had a Knit Crate subscription box and I had it for, I don't know, like 6 or 7 months and it was really good. I enjoyed it. But I decided I wanted to try something new and I had been watching everyone's videos to try and figure out what I should get. And I was watching Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and she got something, she got a box from something called the Lether Company, which is right there. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. But I looked online and the boxes are really expensive. I guess they come with a crochet hook and some extra stuff. But I really just wanted the yarn. So I opted to try out just their yarn subscription, which is in this bag. And we're gonna open up and see what it is. Now this is my first time getting it and let's check it out. It comes wrapped in this really pretty purple paper. I wonder if she knew purple was my favorite color. All right, so let's see what it is. I've never gotten one of these before. Oh, this is so pretty. All right, so this is the yarn that I got. Oh my goodness, it's really pretty. It's not purple, but it's pretty. And let's see, this, we got a little postcard that got a little damaged. It says, share your box, download a sock pattern, download a leg warmer pattern, join a Facebook group. There's a crochet along that begins January 21st. It tells you to use a 4.5 millimeter hook. And this is what's on the back of the card. So I guess there are patterns for it. Now let's just look at the yarn again. It doesn't really give any more information. I believe this is all hand dyed by this lady. Her name is, I think it's Ashley. And this is Wonderland Sock 100% Superwash Merino, 400 yards, 100 grams. So you guys see that? Oh, is it pretty? I don't know how to make socks. So this will turn into something else. Okay, so this is pretty good. I think that, and I think it was like $16 for the hank of yarn, and it looks like you get the pattern that you can download too. Okay, so guys, I have a lot of finished objects, so I'm just gonna show you. One of them is actually for the Ice Yarn 2020 challenge, but I've done so many things since then, I'm just gonna show you everything. All right, so for the 2020 challenge, you guys know I'm in love with the Divine hat and the Divine cowl, so I had to make one of those. So the one that I use, this came in a 3-pack, these ice yarns, and it's called Cake Blues, made in Turkey. It says it's a 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 210 meters. They recommend a 5 millimeter knitting needle, and they say it's a size 4. And this was really nice to work with. And it came in a pack of 3, like I said, and I used 2 full cakes to make a Divine hat and a Divine cowl. Here's the hat. I love it, you guys. And here is the cowl. And for those of you who have not seen a Divine hat and a Divine cowl, I'm not really fond of the way it works up with these choppy color changes, but I still think it's beautiful. All right, so that was for the 2020 challenge. And then I just recently posted on my Instagram page, there's a new yarn out by Lion Brand called Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling. And this is a 100 gram, 185 yard, 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryer. It's a number 4 and they recommend a 5mm hook. This is made in India and this color is called Gold Heather. And you guys, this is what I had left from the hat. And this is what I had left from the cowl. So you really only need 2 of these for the hat and the cowl. And of course I had to do a Divine hat and cowl. So here is the hat. I'm not really a mustard color person, but this is really, really pretty. And then here is the cowl. Now the Divine hat, you guys, is on Ravelry. And the Divine cowl pattern is actually from Joanna Martinez here on YouTube. So I'll link that in the description box below. And this, oops, blowing out a little bit. This is what it looks like. It looks great. And this is perfect for Chicago winters because this will just tuck right in your coat and keep you warm. So had to do that, you guys. All right, so I did also do Divine hat and cowls before with, let me see what this yarn is called. This is Loops and Threads Facet Stones. And this yarn was gifted to me by one of my great friends here on YouTube. And I had a little bit of leftovers. So for this color, which is called Garnet, I was able to get a hat out of that. And I think I originally started with 2 of those skeins. I got 2 hats and a cowl out of it. 243 yards. So it looks like for 500 yards you could get a hat, a cowl, maybe another hat. Now I did not have enough to complete the bottom, so I used Caron Simply Soft for the bottom. I thought it matched pretty well. This color is called Purple. So there is one Divine hat. And then I had another, some leftovers of this color of Loops and Threads Facet Stone. This color is called Pearl. And so I made another hat there. This one I did have enough to do the edging. So there's that one. And then I found this Caron Simply Soft Speckle yarn. And I made a complete Divine hat out of that. This is called Snapdragon. And I had enough left over to start a hat and almost finish it. So I finished this one also with the Caron Simply Soft in Purple. So not bad. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I have a couple more finished objects to show you. Hang on. Don't tell anyone, but I made more loveys. I know this is not a channel made for children, but I'm really worried that someone is going to say because I'm showing a toy that it's classified as that. But anyway, I did some loveys and I just wanted to show you guys really fast. The pattern that I used for the blanket on the lovey is by Zelda NRJ3, and I will actually link that tutorial in the description box below. So here is the first one. And it's just a kitty cat, adorable. And then this one is like some kind of rodent, but it's adorable. It's cute. It's a cute little rodent. I used a combination of Red Heart yarns with these, and this is like a Hobby Lobby, just any kind of worsted weight yarn that I could find that matched the colors. So this one is one of the ones that I found at Walmart. This yarn is actually, I think, Stylecraft yarn. So cute. And then, sorry guys, this puppy. Cute. Teddy bear with hearts. Oh, and he's really red. This is like hot red or something like that from Red Heart. It's really bright. And then this one is another teddy bear. And this is blowing out too, but this is like that new hot orange from Big Twist by Joann Fabrics. And yeah, it's crazy blowing out. And then my final one, which is my favorite one, is, and I couldn't believe I found him, but look at this, you guys. I found Dumbo. I don't remember if this was at Joann. I think it was at Joann Fabrics or Michael's or one of those places. And oh my God, he's so cute. I had to have him and I had to make him into a lovey. So the only problem is that this gray isn't really gray. It's like a bluish gray. So it was really hard to find a gray to match. So I just used pink and white for him. So isn't he cute? Okay, so then I have 2 blankets and a shawl. So hang on a second. So I'm wearing my next finished object, and this is actually, I don't know, I'm probably not wearing it correctly. This was actually a special order request from one of the other vendors at one of the craft fairs that I went to. Hey Kim, it's Dawn. And this is called the Easy Crochet Poncho by Crochet Dreams, D-R-E-A-M-Z. And I used 2.5 cakes of this mandala. In the color is called Mermaid. And I'm gonna tell you that it was very easy to do this, but it was so tedious. Okay, so you're supposed to use that herringbone half double crochet for the entire body, and I'll stand up so you guys can see it. So this whole thing is supposed to be herringbone half double crochet, and it takes forever. Okay, I'm done. It's so pretty that it's worth it. But after like the first 20 rows of alternating herringbone half double crochet and half double crochet, I just had to go to straight half double crochet, and it still took so long. So also, I believe the pattern she uses like a 4-weight, and mandala is a 3-weight, and so it just took extra long anyway because the yarn is thinner. So you basically crochet a long rectangle, and then you add this really, really gorgeous trim, and you add it all along the sides. And then, well, you seam it up here. You add, the buttons aren't functional, and then you add a little bit of, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so easy and it's so pretty. I would like to do one of these again in thicker yarn so that it wouldn't take me so long. But it's gorgeous. Kim, I hope you like it. Get back in touch with me so we can figure out how to meet up and get this to you. I also think the buttons might be a little bit off, so I might have to look at those again. But anyway, you guys, I'll insert some pictures. I had Carrots do some modeling for me, and maybe she probably can show it off better than I can show it off. So I'm gonna insert some pictures right here. My next finished object is actually a blanket for one of my bosses. His granddaughter just became a big sister. So I wanted to give the baby a baby blanket, but I didn't want big sister to feel left out. So I made her a blanket. Now the yarn I used for this, I had gotten super cheap on Michaels.com. They were having a big clearance sale. This was like 2 or 3 months ago. And I got so much of this yarn, but the minute I started working with it, I was like, oh no, I had to return it. It was terrible. So it's called Red Heart Comfort. And you guys, it is nothing like Super Saver. If you have an opportunity to get Super Saver and don't get this yarn. It's terrible. It feels terrible. There were knots left and right in this yarn. I would just say don't get it. So it's a number 4. There were 790, let's see here, 867 yards in one of these cakes, and it was like on sale for $240. It was dirt cheap, and now I know why. So anyway, don't get this yarn if you can. So I used 2 different colors, shaded rose print, and then this one is just called Nothing because there's no color on it. But it looks like a purpley color. So anyway, I wanted to do something different, and I found a great pattern by this guy here on YouTube. His name is Fiber Spider. And it is called the Granny Star Blanket. So I'm going to show you guys what it's hard to see it because it's really big, but it's a granny stitch and the shape of a star. Like, how could you go wrong with that? All right, so here's the gist of it. And it's huge. It's huge. And I hope Big Sister likes it. So I know it's hard to see it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert a picture right here of this blanket. All right, my last finished object is something that I started almost a year ago. So I was able to go to Bag O Days retreat back in April of 2019. And no, I'm sorry, this was October of 2018 was her first retreat. So I've been doing this for over a year, I guess. And we all did squares called the Granny Pop-Up Square. And it's a tutorial that she has on her channel. I will link it down below. And we actually made a blanket during the retreat, and then we auctioned it off to someone at the retreat. So I decided that I was gonna make one, and I wanted to use Red Heart with Love. So I just went to the store and picked out like a bunch of different colors. And I will show you the colors that I used. Now it's all kind of in shambles here. So I used a bunch of different colors. I didn't plan it out. I wound up being short 2 colors and had to add 2 squares that were multiple colors because I didn't want to go out and buy more yarn. But anyway, so this is not all the colors that Red Heart with Love has, but these are the ones that I picked out at the time. So I got these at Joann Fabrics, but this is what it looks like, Red Heart with Love. This is a number 4, and it recommends a 5.5 millimeter hook. And this is 100% acrylic. And let's see what else. It's 370 yards or 7 ounces in each skein. Made in USA of imported fibers. So I used a bunch of different colors. I used wintergreen. I used jadeite. And then I used peacock, hot pink, bubblegum, boysenberry, papaya, lilac, blue Hawaii, and iced aqua. Now these are not rolled up nicely because I have a scrap granny stripe going corner to corner, and these are all gonna go in that scrap blanket as soon as I'm done with this video. So now for the border, I used eggshell in Red Heart with Love. So I bordered all of the squares with that, and then I did a border around it. So I'm gonna show you guys the blanket. It is a queen size blanket. And once I started making the squares, I realized that I needed to make it a gift. Not that I have to, but my daughter, Carrots, is her nickname for those of you who don't know. She hasn't been on here in a while, and you probably won't see her due to the COPPA thing. She takes private piano lessons, and her piano teacher is getting married, I think in October of this year. So I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. I could give it to them as a wedding present. So here's the blanket. Now you guys, this is queen size, so I'm not gonna be able to show you the whole thing, but I'll just give you an idea of what it looks like. All right, so it's seriously monstrous. It fits on my queen size bed. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch this channel, so he's not gonna see the blanket. But there's the blues, there's some purples, there's pinks. It's huge. So how about this? I'm gonna insert a picture here of the blanket. All right, so I'm so excited to get that done, you guys. This has been over a year in the making. Not that I had any idea who it was going to, but I'm glad now that I know who it's going to that it's done, and it's done, yay! So that's really all I have for today. I wanted to remind you guys that we are doing a charity event for an organization called Wings. And I will link, well, I won't link it, but you guys, it's my last video, and it's called Wings. And I give you all the information on the charity that we're going to be donating to. Since that video came out, I've had quite a few people ask me more questions. So what I've done is I've composed an email to my contact at Wings to see if she can answer some of those questions. So hopefully later this week, I will have another updated video so that we can really get cranking on this stuff for Wings. Most of the stuff that they need right now are washcloths, dishcloths, hot pads. They could use some hats and scarves, twin size blankets. Please go check out my previous video. I'm really excited that a lot of other YouTubers here are on board with me and have already promised that they're going to be sending some stuff. So I'm really excited, you guys. Now remember, you don't have to send me anything. If you have a local charity where you won't have to pay postage for anything, please donate there. The charity that we're donating to is it's not only a women's and children's shelter, but it's a domestic violence shelter. So I am hoping we can do some good things for them this year. All right, so I hope you guys have a good week. So anyway, I will hopefully come back in a few days so that I can give you guys an update on Wings. But in the meantime, since it's Monday, have a good week, all right? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.